Well, everybody, this is going to be part two of my 1990s movie collection for 2025 edition. So, anyways, before we continue, here's a tape that I forgot to show in my last video. Is this tape right here? And yes, The Big Green came out in 1995 by Disney. I'll probably rewatch this movie today. So, yep. December 5th, 1995. And yes, this tape did turn 30 years old yesterday, so happy 30th anniversary to this tape to be printed there. So, yep. And now, here are the tapes that I forgot. Are and now let's continue on showing the tapes in this video. So, anyways, let's continue. There. That way we'll have plenty of room there. So, anyways, let's continue on. Plan on rewatching this sequel soon, so yep. June 17th, 1996. And of course, this and the Big Green that I have since October 2014, which I had for a very long time. I haven't seen this movie in a really long time. But I'll plan on rewatching this movie at some point. Like after Christmas, perhaps? November 12th, 1996. And the 46th week of 1996. Had this tape for 10 years, which I got this tape from Goodwill back in August of 2015. And still a great childhood sequel to the first All Dogs Go to Heaven movie right here. June 22nd, 1996. Haven't seen this movie in a really long time as well. Plan on rewatching it at some point after I get the original 1963 movie called Flipper. September 9th, 1996. And the 35th week of, or no, the 36th week of 1996. Rest in peace to the late Michelle Trachtenberg, who died back in February of this year, so rest in peace to her. And this is the tape that I have for a very long time as well, which I had since October of 2011. January 15th, 1997. And printed the third week of 1997. Excellent 1996 movie right here that has Barl Wilson. Plus, this movie also has Rio Perman, Beth Davidson, Paul Rubens, and Danny DeVito as well. October 11th, 1996. And the 41st week of 1996. Yeah, if y'all could see it. It's the 41st week of 1996. Pretty good 1996 movie right here. And at least it's way better than the crappy 2022 Disney live action remake that stars Tom Hanks. September 2nd, 1996. And of course, the clamshell is in. So it's all mid condition, but at least the rest of the tape still plays fine. So, yep. Plan on rewatching this movie at some point soon. April 7th, 1997. Had this tape for a very long time, which I had since 2013. January 21st, 1997. There. That's better. So anyways, let's continue. Good Disney live action remake to the original 1961 version that I've rewatched back in 2021. And I will plan on rewatching the 101 Dalmatian movies soon. March 16th, 1997, so printed 10 days after my birthday and 5 years before I was born. good childhood sequel to The Land Before Time, the first three Land Before Time movies right here. October 14th, 1996. And the 41st week of 1996. Plan on rewatching this movie at some point after Christmas. April 8th, 1997. I've seen this movie before, but it needs a rewatch soon. November 11th, or no, December 11th, 1997, and the 50th week of 1997. There. That way, could some more room here than ever before. Plan on rewatch this movie soon as well. Like, I'll probably watch this movie today as well. December 28th, 1997. So printed 2 days before New Year's Eve of that year and 3 days before New Year's Day of 1998. Good movie right here that I've rewatched last year. September 16th, 1997. If you guys haven't seen this movie, go check it out. Heard this is a good, underrated 1997 movie right here. July 2nd, 1997. So printed 2 days before Independence Day that year. I've seen this movie before, last year, before we moved back to Idaho. It was good in my opinion, so, yep. May 13th, 1998. And the 19th week of 1998. And this movie was released in theaters internationally, but this movie was released on home video in America. So, yep. October 27th, 1997, I think. This movie came out 28 years ago, last month. October 16th, 2002. I think I'll plan on plan to take the dark stick label off to see what's recycled from. This tape's recycled from Get Over It, which is a Miramax movie, which I'm not a huge fan of this 2001 movie by Miramax, so yep. Of course, I used to have this movie, Get Over It, but I got rid of it because I'm never gonna watch it again. Or never watched it at some point. But that's my opinion, so yep. Plan on rewatching this movie at some point after Christmas sometime. The print date's April Fool's Day 1998. And the 14th week of 1998. Haven't seen this movie in years, so plan on rewatching it soon. March 16th, 1998. So printed 10 days after my birthday and 4 years before I was born. And this copy doesn't have the preview for Mulan because this copy right here is version 2. And I did switch to clamshells back in 2014. So, yep. Which the original clamshell was given away for some odd reasons. So, yep. So, anyways, let's continue. Had this tape since 2014, which I had for a very long time. October 23rd, 1997. And the 43rd week of 1997. Had this tape since, I think, October 2013, which I had for a very long time, along with the other tape that I mentioned on my last video. March 23rd, 1998. Haven't seen this movie yet, unfortunately, but I had this tape for years, which I got this tape from Goodwill back in July of 2016. This movie right here needs a watch soon. Plan on rewatching this movie soon, since I haven't seen this movie in years, so plan on rewatching it one soon. February 25th, 1998, and the ninth week of 1998. If you guys hate this movie, especially Barney, I can handle your guys' opinions, so yep. No printout on this tape, unfortunately. The sequel needs a rewatch soon, after I rewatched the first Brave Little Toaster movie. April 15th, 1998. Really good 1998 movie right here that I've rewatched back in May of this year, I think. August 17th, 1998. Plan on rewatching this movie at some point. I did rewatch this movie back in 2023. Really good 1998 movie right here. But it needs a rewatch, so yep. November 12th, 1998. And the 46th week of 1998. Great 1998 remake to the original 1961 version of The Parent Trap that I've rewatched back in 2022. September 12th, 1999, so this is a reprint. But even though this tape, I checked the opening to this tape, still the original 1998 opening, so yep. really good 1998 movie that I rewatched back in 2024, which is last year. DreamWorks movie. This is co-made DreamWorks movie, and it's co-made by Universal as well. October 17th, 1998, so printed 2 weeks before Halloween of that year. Haven't seen this movie yet, unfortunately, but I will plan on checking out this one soon, along with the Air Bud movies and Air Buddy movies as well. November 25th, 1998. And I think I checked to see what's recycled from. I think this tape's recycled from 101 Dalmatians, the 1997 VHS. Which I did check to see what's recycled from back in 2024, so, yep. This movie came out in Japan in 1989 with the original Japanese dub. But this movie came out in 1998 with the Disney dub, with English dub. And this movie features Kirsten Dunst and the late Phil Hart. August 2nd, 1998. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, definitely recommend it. It's one of the best Studio Ghibli movies ever made, so, yep. Plan on rewatching this movie in the future, which I've seen this movie before, back in June of this year. Excellent movie, but needs a rewatch. You know what I mean? December 20th, 1998, so printed 5 days before Christmas of that year. And this is the very first Scooby-Doo direct-to-video ever made, so, yep. April 22nd, 2002, so this is a reprint. And I had the tape since September of 2013, which I had for a very long time. Plan on rewatching this movie this Christmas, so, yep. October 14th, 1998. This movie right here needs a rewatch soon, so, yep. Which I'll plan to rewatch it before Christmas. August 29th, 1999. And I checked to see what's recycled from. and it's the 1998 Masterpiece Collection VHS of Hercules. If you see it, then here you go. In which I've already showed the 1998 VHS of this movie. In which, and yes, I checked to see what's recycled from. And it's the 1998 VHS of Hercules. So, yep. Which is the Masterpiece Collection VHS of this movie, to be exact. So anyways, let's continue. We're almost done here. Wheels are a little bit yellow there, but hopefully the rest of the tape still plays. March 8th, 1999, so printed 2 days after my birthday that year. And 3 years before I was born. Plan on rewatching the sequel to the first Babe movie soon, so yep. April 6th, 1999 is the print date. And the 14th week of 1999. Great sequel to the first 5 Land Before Time movies, in my opinion. And I got this tape brand new, so yep. November 10th, 1998. And the 45th week of 1998. Good movie to the TV series from 1999 that stars Jeff Daniels and Christopher Lloyd. July 25th, 1999. Well, guys, 9 more tapes for this video, and then we'll probably finished. So, yep. Plan on rewatching this movie in the future, so, yep. December 27th, 1999, so printed 2 days after Christmas of that year. And a few days before the millennium, which is 2000. Plan on rewatching this movie at some point, along with the sequel, which I'm about to show when I do my 2000s movie collection for 2025 edition. October 26, 1999, so printed 5 days before Halloween of that year. This movie right here needs a rewatch after I've rewatched Madeline from 1998. June 25th, 1999. And this tape is recycled from Gargoyles, the movie, the 1995 VHS. Which is right here. Because the ink label. In which Gargoyles, the movie, is the pilot to the TV series Gargoyles. So, yep. Excellent, underrated 1999 anime movie right here. Love this movie to death, so, yep. November 2nd, 1999, so printed 2 days after Halloween of that year. Five more tapes to go until the video's finally over for now. September 1st, 1999. Plan on rewatching this movie at some point. October 14th, 1999, and the 41st week of 1999. Had this tape for a very long time, since 2012. September 30th, 1999. January 18th, 2000. I have the sequel to the first Pokemon movie, which is Pokemon the Movie 2000, which I'm about to show in my 2000s movie collection for 2025 edition soon. And lastly, here's this tape right here. Had this tape since 2013. And it's a really good 1999 movie right here. March 15th, 2000, and the 11th week of 2000. And I will showing the sequel here on my 2000s movie collection for 2025 edition soon. Well, everybody, there you have it for my 1990s movie collection for 2025 edition part 2. Stay tuned for part 3 coming up probably soon. So anyways, this is Superman Me 2002. See y'all later, and hope you have a fun rest of your guys' Saturdays. So take care now.